my name is Tina, and I wanted to answer your question. I apologize. I'm going to go through this kind of quickly because I tend to ramble, and each time I've taken this video, it's been way past 5 minutes. So, I was really interested in your question because I am about to have to figure that out, like health insurance for me out, and so I'm kind of super concerned with it right now. So I feel where you're coming from, and so. My situation is that I'm graduating in December and I turn 26 in January, so I get kicked off of my parents' insurance. So I'm just trying to figure out what works best for me. The article I found is more tailored to your question. So how do you get health insurance if you're self-employed? But I'll kind of go through the whole thing because, again, I'll explain everything that I know just in general. So the article starts with how do you get health insurance if you're temporarily self-employed. Just for time's sake, we're going to skip over that. Because again, I think you're more interested if you're permanently self-employed. So it says that there is a health insurance marketplace. So that's where you can find out if you qualify for Medicare, tax credits, lower health insurance premiums. And so I would definitely use that to your advantage. Me personally, I love coupons. Anything that I can get a deal on, I'm there. And so yeah, why not health insurance? So I will personally be checking this website out. And so if you follow the link, you can get to it from there. But it kind of makes it sound easy to just kind of look up, health insurance marketplace. And then there are private health insurance agencies. And so there are agencies out there that have plans tailored for self-employed people. So it might be a little difficult and hairy to go through all of them. However, I would definitely take the time to do so because there are health insurance plans tailored to self-employed people, and they're all going to be a little different. And so I think it's worth taking the time to kind of figure out what you need. And then there are health care sharing ministries, which I thought was interesting. I had never heard of anything like this. And so it's not technically health insurance. It's a group of people that basically pool their money together and give it to whoever needs it. So it says ministries and churches, and they pull their money together. And if somebody in the group needs help, that's where it goes. I feel like that can kind of get a little hairy, especially if the age groups of people that are in churches. I mean, obviously a lot of your money will probably go to the elder, which is fine. But at the same time, if you need some, you want to make sure that you're covered. So I don't know how I feel about that one, but it's there. So then it gives a bunch of tips. So consider agencies that could help, again, with like the marketplace, just independent insurance agencies. Like there's a lot of people and websites and articles that are in place to help people like us because it's expensive. I don't know how much digging you've done into it, but again, because I'm turning 26 and I'm trying to figure it out myself, there's a lot out there. So there's also a lot of things out there to help us. So I would take those to your advantage. Remember the self-employed health insurance tax deduction. So there are a couple of things that you have to qualify for this to count for you, but from my understanding, all it is show that you have no other forms of health insurance coverage, which means that you aren't writing on your spouse's health insurance, which I know you had mentioned in your video. And I think that's a thing, like if you can write in your spouse's health insurance and they have good health insurance, I might consider doing that because even though you can't write it off, the amount that it costs to pay, a lot of times like companies pay half or, it's a lot. It will save you a lot of money if you can get on your spouses. So I think that's a good idea. But if not, and if you're, self-employed insurance, if you're self-employed and want your own health insurance, I would consider the tax deduction because it'll save you a lot of money. And so it says, show you have no other forms of health insurance coverage and prove your income for being self-employed. And then high deductible plans make sense for people like us just because we're so young in age. We tend to not need to go to the doctor as much. And when we go to the doctor, our problems aren't as serious. So we can afford to pay a little more the few times that we go to the doctor. And so this way with a high deductible, it means that you're paying less monthly and more when you go to the doctor. But again, since we're not going that often, it should be fine. And so on the flip side, if you are going to the doctor often, I would maybe do a lower deductible and pay more monthly because it is pricey. Yeah, and it does say, again, advice from independent insurance agents, because there are so many people out there to help us. But that's all I got. Thank you.